Kai was used to being underestimated. From the moment he stepped foot into the prestigious private school, he felt the weight of judgment. As a scholarship student from a rough neighborhood, he was different in every way: his clothes, his accent, even way he carried himself. But none of that bothered him. He was determined to prove he belonged. What hurt most, though, was subtle, often blatant racism that lurked just beneath surface. And no one embodied that more than Tyler. It was during lunch when Tyler made his move. Kai was sitting alone, reading a book, trying to escape noise of cafeteria. Suddenly, Tyler appeared at his table, flanked by a few friends. "What's up, man? Lost?" Tyler sneered, his voice dripping with sarcasm. The group of friends laughed as Tyler pulled out a chair and sat down across from Kai, clearly enjoying discomfort he was causing. Kai kept his head down, hoping to avoid confrontation. But Tyler wasn't done. "You even belong here, dude? This place isn't for people like you." The laughter erupted again, louder this time. Kai's hands clenched into fists, but he stayed quiet. He had dealt with this kind of thing before, and he wasn't going to give them the satisfaction of seeing him angry. Ignoring the taunts, Kai stood up and walked away. The last thing he wanted was to give Tyler what he was looking for: an excuse to humiliate him further. But as he left, a quiet resolve formed inside him. He didn't have to fight with words or fists. He could show Tyler just how wrong he was about him. Later that day, after school, Tyler and his friends were lounging on the bleachers, talking and joking. Kai approached them, calm but determined. Tyler looked up, his usual smirk forming. "What's this? You coming to beg for your lunch money?" he teased. Kai didn't respond immediately. Instead, he pulled out his phone and hit play on a video. The group fell silent as the screen lit up with images of Kai, only it wasn't the Kai they saw in school. The video showed a much younger Kai, no older than 10, standing in front of a broken-down house, barefoot, clothes ragged. The camera shifted to scenes of his life in a small apartment, surrounded by family members struggling to make ends meet. As the video played, Kai's voice narrated the harsh realities of his life: how he had grown up in a tough neighborhood, how he had been constantly told he wouldn't make it, how people like Tyler had made sure he knew his place. But Kai hadn't listened. He had used every obstacle as fuel to drive himself forward, to build a life for himself that was beyond the limits others had set for him. Tyler and his friends watched in stunned silence. Kai spoke of his mother's tireless work to provide, his father's absence, and the moments when he thought he couldn't go on. But Kai didn't let those things define him. He fought back. He worked hard. And now, he was here, sitting in front of people who had once believed he was nothing more than a stereotype. The video ended, and the bleachers were eerily quiet. Tyler sat frozen, his confidence shattered. The usual bravado had melted away, replaced by an uncomfortable silence. Kai wasn't the person Tyler had mocked. He was so much more. Kai took a deep breath. "I don't expect you to understand, but I want you to think about something," he said, his voice steady. "Every time you say something like that, you're not just hurting me. You're hurting people who are out there trying to rise above, people who refuse to let someone else define them. I'm not here to fit into your idea of who I should be." Tyler's face turned pale, and he opened his mouth to speak, but no words came out. The realization was dawning on him, but the full weight of it hadn't settled yet. Kai turned and walked away, not waiting for an apology, not needing one. He had done what he came to do. The next day, Tyler's attitude had shifted. When he saw Kai in the hallway, he no longer made fun of him. He didn't mock him or try to put him down. Instead, there was a quiet respect in his eyes. Over time, Tyler started to change. He became quieter, more thoughtful. He didn't joke around the way he used to, especially not at Kai's expense. It wasn't that they became best friends or anything like that, but the dynamic had shifted. Tyler wasn't the same person who had mocked Kai anymore. And for the first time, Kai felt like maybe, just maybe, his presence here was changing something. Kai didn't expect everyone to change overnight, and he didn't expect Tyler to suddenly become his ally. But he had done what mattered most. He had shown Tyler that people like him weren't just defined by the color of their skin. It wasn't just about winning an argument, or proving a point. It was about showing the world that when you stop letting others dictate who you are, you can change not just your life, but the lives of those around you. The lesson Tyler had learned was the same one Kai had been living every day: never let anyone define your worth.